When you've gone through something challenging, oftentimes you want to help those who may find themselves in the same situation. That's the case with Rabbi Shalom Plotkin. He's here to share how his own experience led him to making it his business to help others. Rabbi Shalom is the owner of the Cleveland area office of Right at Home.
Hi, Laura. Good to see you again.
So you're a rabbi, but you run a home services business. How did that happen?
It started from our house. We were looking after my in-laws, and we just wanted to make sure that they had really good, solid, caring caregivers. And then once we found the right people doing it for the right reason, we said, okay, we can help our neighbors too.
Okay. And you found it hard probably to help your in-laws to begin with without knowing what was out there. I mean, that's part of the problem with people.
We were completely stressed. I mean, it was holiday time. We were worried about falls, and we looked for the #1 franchise, which helps people to stay out of the hospital. Right at Home is the best at reducing readmissions in the industry.
Okay.
So we said, okay, here's Alan
This sounds
Hager's
good.
plan. Let's go with it.
Let's help everybody else now. Now that we figured it out.
I can't help everybody, but we're helping quite a few people now. Thank God.
And we've heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and you kind of feel that it takes a village to help a senior as well, correct?
It certainly does. So we build a team, and then we just make sure that there's a good match. We go back to see how things are going. Our whole goal is to try to keep our loved ones and our neighbors safe right at home.
And there's some particular services that you're providing to people to make sure they stay safe at home. So can you give us that list?
Certainly. So we're looking at companionship primarily in terms of just having somebody to be there with you to talk to, so you're maybe not lonely. And then we also do homemaking, which involves some light housekeeping and just keeping the area picked up and clean. And then we also help with physical assistance, which could be bathing or grooming or hygiene, personal care from somebody who you know and trust. So we don't bring any strangers to anybody's house. And then also the wellness assistance to try to prevent any more hospitalizations.
Yeah, that's a big, make sure that's why somebody is there. So what if more than just that, the basic kind of personal care is needed?
So occasionally our clients will ask us, will we escort them, for example, to a doctor's office, and we'll drive them and help to advocate for them. Sometimes they'll ask us to look after their pets, and we can help to walk the dog, clean the litter box. I mean, it's getting cold now, there's ice on the ground, and so we want to encourage our loved ones and our seniors to be as independent as possible, but sometimes they just need a hand, somebody to just make sure that they stay steady and don't fall on the ice.
Okay, and I can see why people would want to stay at home. I mean, it's your familiar setting. It's your furniture, your animals, where you've always lived. It's a much more comfortable environment. But having a stranger come in, I mean, you mentioned before about trying to recognize that, but how do you deal with those issues of people worried about somebody coming in?
Right. So what we do are the background checks. We go back 7 years. We go back to, with their permission, we look into our caregivers' driving history. We do random drug screening. They take our tests. They take our classes, and we support them so that they have the skills. So we know that they're going to be a good match, because the match it's based on a personal care plan. And then, probably most importantly, we go with them. So they know us, and now they get to know our caregivers too. So there's a familiar face. And then over time, they become almost like family.
Okay. Well, what if there's not a good fit at first?
We fix it. So I have more than 70 employees, and we'll make sure that there's somebody who I think there's they say a lid for every pot. I think there's somebody for everyone, and sometimes it takes a little while to get to know each other. But our caregivers, they're used to this. They're professionals, and we stay professional. So it makes our clients feel really comfortable that they know that they're in good hands.
So all the senior has to do is ask for help, or the child who's noticing some issues just has to ask for help, right?
And that's a hard conversation to have sometimes.
Yes, it certainly is. So, Rabbi Plotkin knows firsthand the challenges of caring for aging parents, as well as the importance of finding assistance that can ease the minds of everyone involved. If you or your family need support, follow his advice and just ask. My thanks to Rabbi Plotkin for joining us today.
Thanks, Lauren.
Learn more by calling Right at Home at 216-752-2222 or log on to www.ohioseniorcare.net. Next,